Hello and welcome back to Glory Hounds. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after Ahab took one for the team. He decided to protect the team, which would be Alex and Raul, or the Duskhound and Dawnhound, as well as Polly, who were up against this new enemy group. Basically all bloodsuckers / vampires. They were made up of a vampire ground finch, a leech, and a mosquito, who all seem to have, well, the mosquito seems to be the one that has a vendetta against Ahab, and, well, he took one for the team, and hopefully he'll be okay. Hopefully, I mean, he does appear to be Alex's, main squeeze, and, you know, if they do make it out okay, and they do end up working well together, then who knows, maybe the Glory Hounds group expands, or at the very least, the Saltwater Syndicate becomes heroic in a way. You know, they become heroes and less villainous. Even though technically they were never really villains, they were just thieves. They weren't really wanting to hurt anybody unless they got in their way, you know? And even Ishmael, when he was initially introduced, was not really supposed to be robbing Miss De Bruyne, you know? Because Ahab got mad at him when he found out what he was doing, so yeah. Anyways, so basically, yeah, it's gonna be up to the group, the remaining members, in order to try to take down this mosquito lady. And are they gonna be able to? Because it seems that she is very, very strong. If she was able to take down Ahab, she was able to block his, like, super punch and whatnot. But yeah. Anyways, so without further ado, let us finish out issue 6. Raul and I take a seat in the foyer seating area, with Polly and Basil joining us shortly after. None of us know what to say for the longest time. Even Basil is uncharacteristically quiet for once. We're all probably thinking the same things, asking ourselves the same questions, running to the same conclusions. What's going to happen to Ahab if he dies? Is he going to come back like me, like Ishmael? Even if he does survive, we'll likely still be down one person. How do we deal with this Camila? What exactly went on between them to make her want him dead so much? When somebody knocks at the front door, I'm almost relieved to be pulled away from my anxiety for a moment. Did you or Milo call for anyone? Not that I'm aware of. I head to the entrance on autopilot and open the doors. Hey, ahoy. Ishmael, how did you get here? 'Twas Polly. He called me here. Said that you had the captain and he's gravely wounded. Shit, what do I even say? All right, come in. I lead Ishmael to the foyer. Everyone's eyes go wide in surprise, all except Polly. He wastes no time running towards Ishmael, hugging him tight enough to shroud the barracuda's face in bubbles under his helmet. I've been worried sick about you, Polly. Almost getting yourself killed. Big words coming from someone who did get himself killed. I still be alive. That can be fixed. Okay, guys, calm down. We're all alive and well. Mostly. I'm guessing you called him over? How? You don't even know where we are right now. You think you'd be the only one with GPS? Shouldn't you be calling it, like, a compass or something? The pirate glossary hasn't been updated in a few years. Let's just say. I do be sorry for the intrusion, but Ishmael be like family to the captain. He deserves to be here, and to help us take down this Camila. You're coming to help us? Aye, and I won't take no for an answer. If... All of our heads turn to the door when we hear the elevator in the next room over. Milo cranes his head through the door opening. I don't know whether the lack of expression on his face puts my mind at ease or makes me feel even worse. Seconds pass by, feeling like minutes. He is doing well. Polly, who still had his arms wrapped around Ishmael, pushes the barracuda back so hard that he almost hits the wall. You mean... He will likely make full recovery. He opens the door wider and steps to the side, allowing Ahab to duck through. I've never been so relieved to see him stare down at me before. Aside from, not the time. Hello, crew. Captain. Holy shit, Captain. Well, I'll forgive the swearing just this once, Ishmael. Polly starts towards him, but Milo cuts him off with an arm. Sorry, Paul. Gotta be careful. Doctor's orders. His voice is a lot weaker than I'm used to. How are you feeling? Alive. And considering how much medication I'm under, it's a wonder that I even feel that. He hobbles towards us. Me entire cruise. He stops walking and groans. Milo speeds to his side, offering him a shoulder, which, considering the sheer size difference between them, feels just a little comical. I told you to take it slow. You should not even be moving around yet. He sits down on the rug. We all spring in to grab pillows and keep him upright, and as he reclines, he exhales loudly. I'll be right as rain in no time. You think this be the first time that I've been run through? The fact that you're saying that makes me a little worried about your life choices. Aye, and me as well. Come to think of it. Good to see you, laddie. You too. You really saved our hides back there, jumping in front of her like that. And I would do it again in a heartbeat. Any honorable man would. I'm sure the Dawnhound would tell you the same. I'm not sure I could, really. It was truly remarkable. And I am sensing an inkling of respect there, Dawnhound. Maybe. There you go, wagging your tail of yours. I'd laugh, but I don't want to burst me gut open. Gods, I near thought Camila would do me in like that. Mind telling us what's up with her? It seems like you go way back. Aye, I know her. Or, well, knew her. In one of my previous lives, before I founded the Syndicate. We used to swim in the same waters. You mean you were together? No, lad. We were merely a part of the same group. Must have been 20 or so years ago. Maybe 5 and 20. So you were up to no good even back then? We don't always get a chance in the hands that we're dealt, Dawnhound. I didn't have any parents or money, or a fancy house. I was just a kid on the streets, and I did what I could to survive. Ralph's face droops almost instantly. I'm sorry, I had no idea. That must have been hard. What did you do to get by? Pickpocketing, petty theft, a few smash and grabs. You? Pickpocketing? What can I say? I'm good with me hands, and a lot of folks don't expect it from someone as big as me. And if they do, they'd be too afraid to call out. But even in days of yore, in me wildest dreams I couldn't have handled a candle to that blasted bonfire that was Camellia. She was a bloody legend. Rumors were a swirling of her having robbed kings, stealing the most precious jewels, and that was when she was just starting out. Ran into her while we were chasing the same target, way on the other side of the continent. Was stunned to hear that she knew of me work. Even proud, truth be told. Eventually we sprang some heists together, nicked us a fortune. But she wanted to go bigger, bolder. She wanted to step on necks to reach for the stars. Did you? I didn't. I was scared for what had become of her. And the worst part was, what blood she tasted only made her crave more. When we were stealing a painting from a museum, a guard came out and, well, she did to him what she did to me and Ishmael, and worse. I couldn't look her in the eye after that one. I split town not too long after, and came here. Since then, I've only heard stories about her, terrifying tales. What kind of tales? Word was that she formed her own organization, roaming from city to city, and wherever she went, destruction followed. The Syndicate might be a lot of things, but we don't kill and we don't hurt anyone who hasn't hurt us. I should have known that it would be a matter of time before she got here. Was she always that strong? Not like tonight. She was always strong, but something changed after the day at the museum. She partook in of blood before, or she told me, but... This is... Oh, I feel alive. 'Twas like a drizzle turning into a hurricane. Do you think that we can take her on? Without me? Mayhaps if you catch her unawares. She ain't used to being outplayed. I figured numbers being in our favor would sway the odds, but we might just have to chase her down to where she makes her home. Any idea where that could be? Somewhere dark and musty, away from prying eyes most likely. That doesn't really narrow it down. Maybe if we could somehow go back to get a track on her or one of her henchmen. That's too risky, Duskhound. Is there no weakness at all that we can exploit somehow? If I may interrupt, Mr. Ahab, you must rest. Aye, you be right. Based on your stories and what we saw tonight, we could be in for quite a fight. I pledge my men to ye. As long as they'll behave. Oh, they will, won't ye, boys? Aye, Captain. He's right, though. We'll have to think this through. We all end up spending a restless night at the mansion. Milo is still keeping watch over Ahab just in case. I twist and turn through the early hours of the morning in the guest room that I've been using whenever Glory Hound's business keeps me at the mansion late. Exhaustion ultimately gets the best of me, and I drift off into a dreamless slumber for a few hours. I wake up to the sound of someone carrying a tray full of cups in the hallway, most likely Milo, judging by the footsteps. I feel like death, but I stretch my aching muscles and put on some clothes before heading to the foyer. Looks like I'm the last one up. Polly and Ishmael are sitting quietly in a corner. Can't say that I blame them. They're probably worried sick about Ahab. Rao and Milo are sitting on the other side of the room. Milo notices me first. Good morning, Duskhound. How are you feeling? Morning, guys. I'm sore all over, but I've felt worse. You? I've been up all night, but that is nothing out of the ordinary for me. I am doing well. Raoul? Oh, yes, I'm fine. I've been thinking about our rematch. I'm all for focusing on our mission, but what are we going to do? We barely made it out alive, and Ahab's the one who paid the price. You're right. We need to take action, but we can't afford to be reckless. We'll need a plan. Camila is far more dangerous than any of us were prepared for. Without some sort of weakness to exploit, we don't see how we can win. She behaves like vampire. Perhaps she shares some weakness. I thought you vehemently disagreed with the vampire theory. You both remember what happened to Ishmael, yes? I simply nod. I have been thinking. Perhaps Camila's strength came from drinking his blood during the previous night. Vampires are always strongest after feeding, I guess. That would explain what Ahab said earlier about her growing considerably more dangerous after drinking blood. Judging by lack of reports regarding other attacks, as well as Camila's words before fight escalated, one can assume that they are exclusively targeting Saltwater Syndicate. She did not get to drink Mr. Ahab's blood. So she's starving right now? Possibly. She would be weaker the night of actual blood, if more predictable. So what you mean to say is that even though she may not be an actual vampire, we need to approach her like one. She wants blood, perhaps not to survive, but it appears to increase her strength by a considerable margin. If you face her before she can acquire a new food source, or deny her entirely, you may be able to win. If she's as focused on taking down Ahab and his team as it looks right now, chances are she hasn't been feeding on anyone else. Not yet, anyway. But any one of us could be her food source if we chase her down again. Rao looks like he's lost in thought before his eyes go wide. Not everyone. What? Oh. Rao and I look over to Basil, sitting next to Polly and Ishmael. The three of them have been mostly quiet. I guess they don't really have a lot in common besides making a lot of noise. Basil looks back at us with a befuddled expression. A bark for skin and sap for blood, was it? I can't imagine a more perfect trap. I don't know if this Camila is using some kind of vampire ritual, or if she simply got exceptional abilities like Camus does. But Basil is the perfect counter to her. I just hope that he's ready. Milo has been training him, but this would be his first real mission. I think he's more than ready. I've trained with him a handful of times, and he can take a punch. I've got the bruised knuckles to prove it. Then it's settled. Oh, Basil! Basil speed walks over to us, clearly unable to hide his curiosity any longer. What is it, good sir? Does anyone require more tea? A snack, perhaps? Basil, I think it's time that you made your debut in the field. Verily, Mr. Drozdov insisted that I should learn more about the city and its populace before I'd be ready for a field assignment. I believe in learning on the job. It worked wonders for Spot. It almost got me killed multiple times. Right? Yeah, absolutely. Besides, we could really use your unique abilities. It will be your job to lead us to their hideout. We're taking the fight to them, rip them out, root and stem. Pardon the expression. We'll be right behind you. I don't know how I feel about sending Basil for this, though. We're the ones responsible for letting them chase us away in the first place. I hear you, Alex, I really do. But no matter how we slice it, Basil is the only one who can do this. I will not let you down. I vow on my honorability. We move out tonight. We still need to get their attention. That should be easy enough. Might I ask what you have in mind, Mr. Brevard? Hello? I be here, walking down the street, all alone and helpless. Me, the last survivor of the Saltwater Syndicate. Filled to the brim with juicy, nutrient-rich, healthy blood. Mr. Brevard, are we sure that this is going to work? Just stick to the script for now, Basil. Oh, right. My position is so exposed. Almost as exposed as my soft, tender neck with rich lifeblood flowing through its many prominent and easy-to-reach arteries. Did I mention that I am a member of the Saltwater Syndicate? We good, boss? Yes, Basil should be getting kidnapped any moment now. I don't think that's something that you should probably say with that much gusto. Well, hello, gentlemen. Could you tell me? Oof! Oh no, lo and behold, I am being taken against my will to an, as of now, unspecified location. I repeat, I am currently... Copy loud and clear, Basil. We'll be in pursuit shortly. Dawnhound out. Can't ask for a clearer signal than that. Let's hope that the tracker works. Ready for the rematch, Spot? I take a deep breath and try to steady my nerves, knowing what we're up against. It's not the most exciting prospect. But we've got to do this. I'm ready. The minute Raoul and I stir, Polly and Ishmael spring into action as well, Ishmael seems particularly eager. It's time to get revenge on those to get payback for the captain. For once, we be in agreement. We don't want to draw too much attention. You two follow behind us, but keep your distance. Fine, we'll follow right behind through the canals. But don't you dare try and give us a slip. We won't. We're in this together. And so, with a new battle plan and our secret weapon deployed, we set out. The tracking signal leads us to the very edge of town, as far out as I've ever been. Before long, the streetlights get fewer and fewer. Eventually, Raul and I are left walking down a lone dirt road in the dark under the trees that block even the starlight. The sound from the city is gone and I'm left with nothing but my thoughts and the sound of our breathing. Are we even allowed to be here? Is Basil okay? I grab my grappling gun and Raul stops. Easy, Spot. It's just a twig, see? Sorry, I'm a bit on edge. Are we getting close? Should be. Signal's getting a bit spotty, what with us being this far out. That's a little strange. Shouldn't the signal be getting stronger since we're getting closer? I mean, the tracker works. I was just talking about the network signal. But I took it much farther out while testing, and it never got this weak. I am glad to have brought flashlights. I am too. The world around us seems to darken with every step, as if we're passing a point of no return. As the vegetation grows thicker and the path gets narrower, Camila becomes just about the last thing on my mind. No, I have to stay focused. We follow what I can only loosely describe as a path. It goes on and on, like some sort of hallway into the unknown, until all of a sudden it stops. Carefully stepping through the underbrush, we find ourselves in a clearing of sorts, marked by crumbling brick fences. The fog is so thick that I can't make out anything other than some sort of gate at its center, about the size of a small house. This is the place. Strange. I didn't know that there'd be a structure around here. He shines a light past the fence, and I can make out a few similar shapes. Looks like a cemetery? You know, in spite of years of loose horror movies, I always thought cemeteries would be serene, peaceful places in real life. This one puts even the ones from the movies to shame. It's so overgrown with weeds and plants, any path there might have become completely invisible. The scant few headstones that are still in one piece have been weathered by time and battered by what must have been decades if not centuries of rain, wind, sleet, and snow. Decades if not centuries of no one visiting. A shiver runs down my back. It's just the cold, right? This place isn't actually haunted, is it? Are we sure that they're here? This has to be it. Sure enough, the tracker is flashing green. I guess no one would ever think to look here. Or want to, if they ever did think to. As we walk down what I assume is a main trail, I'm certainly having second thoughts. If I didn't know any better, I swear the trees themselves are watching us. I wonder why it's been abandoned. It's close to the city limits. You'd think that there would be some descendants of the deceased or groundskeepers to maintain the place. There might not be any left. Most of these graves seem really old. Hey, you're right. This one's from before Shippersburg was founded. They all are, actually. This place must date back to the Middle Ages at least. I wonder if Fenna knows about it. The ones that I can read anyway. There's symbols on some of them that I haven't seen before. Is that normal for a graveyard? I've never actually been in one before. I couldn't tell you, but somehow I doubt it. What was that? I don't know. Probably just the wind? But what if it wasn't? He puts his hands on his sides, sticking out his chest. Then I'll protect you. I'm not sure what you could do against ghosts, but I appreciate the sentiment. Leave us. Why? The sound echoes faintly in the dark, coming from every direction at once. Shit. I hide behind Ral, as if that's going to do anything about the vengeful dead. Okay, you definitely heard that. Why did you leave us behind? Duskhound, we're on the Why did you leave us behind? It's right behind us. Oh my god, it's right behind. You didn't think that you could just leave us behind, did you? Polly's colorful plumage is a stark contrast against the darkness. See? It's just Polly. Just Polly? Why, as acting captain, I ought to kill you twice. No, thrice. For the love of God, Polly, just say hi like a normal person. I did. You weren't listening. And here I thought you dogs were supposed to have good ears and you... I've been aching to get back at him for what they did to the captain. I think that's supposed to be Ral. Long as you know that this is supposed to be a stealth approach. Aye, Hound. You shan't hear a whisper from me. Milo, any intel? I hear my earpiece crackle, but no voice comes out. Only static. Is it busted? I don't think so. Maybe something's interfering with the signal again. Really, Polly, where'd you come from? That's what I want to know, like, we had to go all the way off-road. I'll be feeling the nettle stings for weeks to come. What are you talking about? We just went down the wide, stony path, same as you. It brought us straight here. What stony path? That way. Sure enough, he points in the direction of the very brush that we just emerged from. Something he seems to notice too. What the? Might be Basil's handiwork. The plant fellow? He does that kind of stuff sometimes. You should have seen City Hall. We watched the news. That was you lot? Sorta, not exactly. It was a floral arrangement competition that got a little out of hand, shall we say. Even Captain Ahab doesn't leave that much of a mess behind after a job. It wasn't exactly our choice. Basil knows we're coming, right? I look at the tracker. It points in the direction of the large structure at the graveyard's center. Glad that they're still working at least. Looks like they're in there. What manner of building is that? It's a mausoleum. A what now? A tomb. Looks like a pretty fancy one too. While the stone it's made out of is worn and chipped like everything else, it seems relatively well kept otherwise. I wonder who it was made for. They must have been quite important. I suppose that's supposed to be Ishmael now? I don't be seeing a name anywhere. Neither do I. Not even a plaque or anything. Strange, considering just how huge it is. As we draw near its big stone doors, I hear someone on the inside cry out. I prick my ears up, but the yelling stops. That must be Basil. Raoul jogs on ahead and without warning, yet as expected, crashes his shoulder into the old door. I suppress my nerves as best as I can and chase after him. To my surprise, Basil is seated right in front of the door, on a wooden chair. His expression is so jovial that I almost didn't notice that he has his hands tied behind his back. The leech and finch from earlier are standing on either side of him. Ah, there you are. What timing. I was just telling these lovely folks all about you. You mean this was a ruse? You're not really a tour guide for the Saltwater Syndicate? No, he must be. He rattled off the entire history of the Shippersburg canals in a single breath earlier. As impressive as it was dull, to be perfectly honest. The duo bristles as we take a cautious step towards them. Not so brave when you're the ones being hunted, I see. Where's your mistress? We've got a score to settle with her. Though we don't mind having another go at you two while we wait. And neither do I. It's the dead man. Not so dead now, be he? Face it, you're outnumbered, outmatched, and out. Outplayed? That's a good one. Now, stand down, surrender, and tell us where to find Camellia. Or you'd be drinking your own blood. Not so fast. One wrong move and your chatty friend here gets it. Get it? The Finch stands behind Basil, and his slithery companion moves in closer, baring his teeth. You may have us outnumbered now, but we can even the odds. At least this part's sort of happening according to plan. Oh no! What are you planning, you fiend? We were planning on presenting another nutritious gift to Our Lady. But she's not the only one who likes to feed. So what's your plan? Drain his blood and feast on it for power? Something like that. Now drop your weapons and take off those masks. He lowers his head, his teeth all but scraping Basil's neck. He's serious, you know. You'd be wise to do as we say. Egads! Zounds! Oh no, I am too youthful and vigorous to perish! My natural fluids are too nutritious and bursting with flavor! Oh, we wouldn't want to interrupt mealtime. By all means, cut your teeth on him. You won't live to regret that mistake, you drab mutts. Camilla's henchmen both bite down at once. And recoil in pain and confusion. Ow! What is this? I almost burst in my bloody beak! All bark and no bite, eh? Well, you weren't wrong entirely. Except he's got a bite to match. Basil, if you wouldn't. Jubilantly. He balls his fists, roots pierce the floor, wriggling like wooden tendrils, entangling their feet. They struggle against them rather ineffectively. This ground is rather fertile. I guess it'd be all the dead folks buried here. Makes for good compost. Ish, you can't disrespect the dead like that. What? You were thinking it too. The smell of blood, harsh and pungent, suddenly fills my nostrils. An unearthly chill settles over me. It's as though the temperature just dropped several degrees in an instant. I thought I smelled a rat, but it seems that you've brought an entire colony this time. Her voice cuts through the air. Spot, duck! I avoid her attack by a hair and realize that it wasn't even her target. Instead, she cuts through Basil's vines and frees her underlings from their binds. You fools let them right to us. Prepare yourselves for a reckoning later. Yes, mistress. And you live? How can that be? If I knew that, you'd be the last person that I would tell. It makes no matter. I shall simply have to be more thorough this time. Raoul grunts through his teeth. We can't have them fighting as a team. We have the advantage in numbers. Polly, Ishmael, you handle the Finch and the Leech. Keep them away from her. It'll be me pleasure. Time for some payback for what ye did to us. Basil, back them up. Stay on the defensive and break their synergy. Understood. Spot, that means that we're taking her on. Yes, boss. What's our battle plan? Our gear should hopefully stand up to her stinger if we play this defensively. If we can somehow immobilize her, we can restrain her. Never thought that I'd end up fighting in a graveyard. Neither did I. It'll make burying you all the easier. She flies outside into the air, and we give chase. Ow, 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 ow. Goddamn motherfucker. Darn, you lily-livered landlubber. You should have stayed dead the first time. Some help if you would, Polly. I honestly don't see how the Saltwater Syndicate made a name for itself with goons like you. I'll have you know that I'm the captain's right-hand man, and your insults have no effect on me. Is that a fact? You best believe it. Very well. Let's put that to the test then, eh? Your colorful plumage sickens me. I'll have your head for that, you monochromatic bore, says the living circus tent. How dare you! Say one more word about my boyfriend, and I'll gut you like the filthy piece of plankton ye are. Allow me to offer some assistance, friend. Gah, what even are you? Why, I am but a humble, chivalrous defender of the city. It'd be a shame you're not actually a member of the Syndicate. You'd be quite the asset. Think nothing of it. Now let us vanquish these dastardly foes. Let's help Polly out of his misery. I heard that. Arrgh. Raul's hands finds my wrist before I go tumbling over. Steady spot. Focus and strike when she's vulnerable. Easier said than done. She moves like a blur. Every time that I think I have a read on her, she moves somewhere else. I can't find her scent, and by the time that I hear the buzz of her wings, it's already too late. Deep breaths. There, to my left. I turn to face her, but it's still too slow. She crashes into me, knocking me back. All the air leaves my lungs. Raul spins in place and fires his grappling gun at her as I double over. I can't see what he's doing, but I hear it retract. Darn, missed. He pulls me up. Thanks, boss. I gotta say I'm starting to have my doubts about her weakness. She's shown anything but. It's not by much, but she's not as quick as she was before. We'll get her on the next one. Get ready. I hope my body holds out that long. We can handle it if we work together, just like we did on that rooftop against Kamu's butterfly guard. How did that end for me again? I shudder at the thought. I don't think the Dawn Tornado is gonna work on her. Maybe not, but if we cover each other's backs, we can block her assault and follow up with a counterattack. I don't like the idea of trading hits with this lady, but I don't see any other way myself. She's heading straight for us again. I look at Raul and he kneels, putting his hands together. Get on. I nab, stepping on his hands. He rises to his feet immediately and I'm thrown into the air, right into her path. It takes her aback, but much as she tries to slow down, she can't anymore. I grab onto her as tightly as one can to a flying murderer attempting to skewer them to the ground. What are you? Sorry, am I in your way? I hear the sound of Raul's grappling gun, but the hook narrowly zooms right past us. Grabbing at the cord itself, with a gloved paw, I try to twist it around her. But she cuts the cord itself with one of her arms. We don't stop, and I have no choice but to brace myself for impact. An impact that comes seconds after, as we fly back into the mausoleum and hit the ground hard. I'm on my feet before her somehow, but she casts off the rubble like it's nothing, before glaring at me. For the first time, I'm detecting a hint of exasperation, masked only by her fury. She closes in on me. It takes everything that I have to dodge her attacks. They're not as fast anymore. If she really is awakening, then I only need to hold out long enough for Raul to catch up. I'm forced on the defensive, backing up as she tries to find an opening. I throw a punch, but it gets swatted away with a grunt. Don't count me out just yet. I say that, but she's not the only one who's starting to tire out. I'm not fast enough on the next one, and she catches it. You absolute imbecile. Camellia slams me against the ground, punctuating insults with punches. Her stinger is inches away from my neck, and I can't recoil any further. Any push is met with more force, like I'm struggling against a wall that is slowly crushing me. She's even stronger than Ahab, way stronger. But how? She should be weaker, right? Her stinger scratches my neck. Ah, there's the artery. Don't worry, it'll be like falling asleep. Is this how it's gonna end? Again? Time seems to stop as I take a breath that feels as cold as ice, stinging in the back of my throat. I reach for my grappling gun. Oh, that's not going to work again. She raises her sight-like arm once more and brings it down hard on my hand. I scream out so loud that my throat burns, the fingers on my hand squeezing shut around the gun's cold grip. The grappling gun fires, but all that it hits is the center of the wall right next to us with a loud thud that echoes through the mausoleum. See? It's futile. The grappling gun's hook gnaws out a bit of the wall, and a sliver of warm light bleeds into the room. Dawn. The sun's first rays hit her, and while she may not be a vampire like Raul thought, the light's enough to blind her for a moment. Rah! If you thought that was gonna work, you have another thing coming. Something blocks the light coming from the gap the grappling gun left. Heave! Ho! There is a loud thud outside as something big connects with the wall. I use her momentary distraction to roll away from under her. Right before the rest of the wall gives out, coming down on top of her and missing me by an inch. Ahab steps into the mausoleum, over the debris, head ducked slightly. He plants his foot on the pile, covering Camellia. Ahab? How? You didn't think that I'd let ye sort me mess out on your own, did ye? Soon as that crow gave me the all-clear, I set course for your location. Right on time, if I do say so myself. He holds up a tracker. Though it did take me more than a moment to figure out this wee little contraption. I hear Camila sputter under the rubble, voice muffled. I thought I had you. She sounds more disappointed than angry. Turns out, I'm hard to kill. He winks at me. And so is me crew. His face falls when he sees my hand. Duskhound, ye be hurt? His eyes snap in Camelia's direction. I'm fine. Where's... They be right here, laddie. Good. As my bloodied hand gets cold, my eyelids grow heavy. After a few moments, I close them. The darkness feels stifling, lasting both an eternity and only a second. When I open them again, the scenery's changed. I'm in the training room, everyone is standing around me. Did I... Look who's finally coming to. Raul's grinning face comes into view, soon joined by Milo's. While the crow's got his usual game face on, there is some visible relief in his expression. I was wondering if you would ever wake, Duskhound. It is unlikely that you'd be sleeping so much. Milo said it was just exhaustion catching up to you. How are you feeling now? Sore. look at my hand. It's been bandaged, but there is still a big red spot. Do not worry. You will make full recovery, I am sure of it. At the very least, I do not see need to amputate. That's, reassuring. Ye be even scarier than the Dawnhound, Crow. You know that? I am well aware. Oh, Ahab's here? Just wanted to come along and make sure that you had some company when you woke up, lad. That and me crew could use a bit of a patching up. It's only then that my ears finally tune into Ishmael and Polly squabbling behind the others. It felt good to finally win a fight for once. You didn't win your fight. You were getting clobbered until Twiggy saved you. Oi. But you looked very dashing doing it, Ish. I could get used to it. Well, 'twas nothing. I merely did me duty. Besides, I couldn't let that bird insult you like that, Paul. I had him right where I wanted him. One more insult and he would have scurried off like the coward that he was. You were losing it. I was not. And just like that, I found myself longing for the sweet embrace of unconsciousness again. But at least Polly and Ishmael seemed to be back to normal. How long was I out? A couple of hours, give or take. I dropped you down one of those slides while we were bringing Camellia and her goons to the brig. Is she... She'll likely be in prison for a long time. Feels funny, it does, not being the one getting locked up for once. Might almost get used to it. You're gonna have to. No crime for a month, remember? I remember. And I'm a man of me word. How would you feel if it were permanent? That not be what we agreed upon, Dunhound. Trying to double-cross us? I know it's not what we agreed on, but out there I gotta see some very talented, capable men. Your hearts are in the right place. What if you had a job? A job? As in, a 9-to-5? Ha! Just see me sitting behind a desk. Not exactly. I don't think that we'd find one big enough anyway. I mean, a job suitable for men of your talents. I hear the Opera Duke is looking for new security. You want to put thieves to work at the gallery they tried to steal from? She seemed receptive of the idea. He mumbles under his breath. Provided I pay their wages out of pocket and reimburse whenever they might steal. I'll think about it. Raoul is this close to jumping for joy, but Ahab puts his hand up before he can respond. No promises. With the way that he's smirking, I genuinely can't tell what Ahab's thinking right now. I suppose that's about as straightforward of an answer as we can expect. Just remember, we've defeated you before and we'll do it again if need be. But ain't that the fun part, Dawnhound? You keep pushing me to be better a thief, and I keep pushing you to be a better hero. You won't be so smug about it after we emerge victorious, oh great captain. That's the most messed up symbiotic relationship that I've ever heard of. So why does that make sense to me? Oh? Raoul's face is close to Ahab's now, and the two grin at each other for what feels like a solid minute. Great captain, eh? What's that talk? Be you trying to drop your anchor in me lagoon? What? Plunder me booty? Oh. Raoul's face contorts between more than a few emotions before he finally vocalizes a thought. What? No, I mean... He takes several steps back. His face is red and his tail is wagging. I don't mind, lad, but we'll have to set a date. Raoul casts his eyes to the floor, taking several moments to collect himself. He clears his throat loudly. In all seriousness, though, I mean it. If you ever feel like turning over a new leaf. Fair play to ye, then Dawnhound. Ahab turns over to Polly and Ishmael. Let's be off, be hearties. We've got some cleaning ahead of us. Aye aye, Captain. After that, who's to say which way the wind blows? But truly, Dawnhound, Duskhound, I be grateful. You too, Crow. My name is Milo Drozdov. Milo, that'd be a good name for a good man. Speaking of, you never told me yours. Your real name, I mean. Maybe one day, after you've earned it. He winks. Who is there? It's me. You said that you had something that you wanted to talk about? Yes, indeed. Please, come in. Wow, I gotta say the greenhouse looks amazing. Thank you, sir. I have spent much time in here as of late. Basil has been great help. And I have appreciated you visiting as well. That, means a lot given all that's happened during the City Hall incident. In point of fact, sir, that is what I wanted to discuss. Or rather, something related. You see, I recently stumbled upon comic book while chasing Mr. DeVos around mansion. Did I forget to put one back in the collection? It was Steel Fang's Cell, number 7. Ah. So you found the note. For longest time I have been trying and often failing to understand you. Now I am starting to realize what incredible pressure you have been under. For her. To be honest, it's been on my mind ever since City Hall. I have been trying to find a good time to talk about it. In fact, part of me wanted to bring it up with you years ago, but I was afraid. Of me? Of my potential response? No. I wasn't ready to face reality. You see, I didn't find the note until a few years after Mom's diagnosis. I suppose she forgot to tell me where'd she put it. Or maybe she figured that I'd find it there eventually. It took me a while to even get around to reading it myself. I mean, I tried, I really did, but I could never make it far. Reading it would mean accepting the situation. Accepting that Mom, that she was gone. Well, the Mom that I knew. And even now I wonder if she'd be proud of the man that I've become. Is that why you try so hard to help people? I wanted to live the kind of life that would allow me to help people, to make people's lives better. Is that not exactly why you started Brevard Enterprises? It was, but it wasn't enough. It didn't feel like it was enough. It didn't feel like something that I'd be remembered by. I wanted to help people more personally, save lives, or at least leave a positive impact on people's lives. I think that I understand. However, there is a difference between leaving positive impact and overstepping bounds. I didn't mean... No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Somewhere along the line I started thinking that if I didn't try hard enough, people might simply forget. My goal was to do right by her, by the people that I loved. It stopped being about them and became all about me. I'm sorry, Milo. I never should have meddled with your greenhouse. And I should have shown you the note. You care about her a great deal too. I am sorry as well for what I said back at City Hall about her being ashamed of you. That was not right. I wish that you have told me about the note. I might have been more understanding of some of your more, eccentric tendencies. Maybe part of me was afraid that you'd find my motivations more ridiculous. Perhaps even abandon me altogether. Master Brevard. No, Raoul. I have been working with you for well over 20 years. We have seen many countries and been through much together. Why do you think that I stayed with you all that time? Because I may not always agree with methods, but I agree with your vision for a better world. I know what it feels like to be afraid of letting people down, to avoid facing yourself. I felt much the same after sustaining injuries. But it was because of you that I found purpose again, and I will help you do the same. Because you are a true friend. Your mother would not be ashamed of you for failing. She would be proud of you for continuing to try. But she would want you to be happy. Are you happy? No. Not a day goes by when I don't think of her. And the more that I think of her, the more that I realize very soon not a day will go by when she will think of me. And I know it sounds... No, it is selfish of me, but it hurts. It hurts to see her waste away in that home. It hurts that I can't do anything about it. I thought that if I could just put the note in some place where I'd never have to look at it, I wouldn't have to let her go. I thought, Raoul, she may forget, but everything that she stood for lives on in you. You cannot give her back her memories, but you can choose to live in a way that honors who she was, what she saw in you. But my friend, you have to live. I don't know. Sometimes I think that I've forgotten how. Then we will discover how together. Thank you, Milo. I don't deserve you. I will hear no more self-deprecation. It is unbecoming of you. You are Dawnhound, protector of Shippersburg. And I will stay by your side. Because you are hopeless without me. Which is why I will be resigning as your butler. Oh? You are not in need of employee. You are in need of friend. Of course, Milo. Thank you. Issue 6. End. That was nice. I see that ending as the resolution between what was going on, what they were talking about, like when they had the fight at the city hall, which is something that they kept mentioning. And I suppose that is the end of like the second arc in a way. It is kind of nice to see that the Saltwater Syndicate is sort of slowly turning a new leaf, per se. That it's becoming a lot less of like, oh yeah, there are these, these villains, and more of like maybe they will become maybe part-time heroes in a way. That would be kind of fun. If they did, would they end up getting like new suits, or would they still stick with like the whole pirate getup thing? And it is nice in a way that again, back with Milo and Raoul, that it's no longer a sort of relationship of like, yeah, he's my employee. It's no, he's my friend. We're both friends, and we're gonna be... Instead, it's not gonna be like this employee relationship. It's the friends, and maybe a little bit more than friends, maybe being like the brothers in a way, kind of like family in a way, more... Which I suppose kind of also mirrors the Saltwater Syndicate, where it's like, they were a family, they refer to themselves as family. The captain refers to Polly and Ishmael as his family, and, they all see like themselves like that, and I'm wondering if that's how the Glory Hounds are gonna be in the end, like a big happy little family. Even though technically Alex has a dad already, but like, I don't know if there's gonna be more. I mean, obviously there's gonna be more story because there's two of the other little like story pieces, the short stories, and what I mean is like how much longer is the story gonna go, because it kind of just looks like there's only space for let me see. There's only space for like one more volume. So does that mean that the story only goes up to volume 3? And in the pocket edition, I'm assuming that eventually Basil is gonna get to go to the city, maybe? We'll have to see, I guess, suppose. What else? It does kind of suck that Camellia only got to stick around for like the one issue in issue 6. It kind of would have been interesting to have her be like a background, not menace, but like something that was going on through issue 4, and then you kept hearing more whispers about it in issue 5, and then she finally showed up in issue 6. But like, oh well. But I wonder, does the Glory Hound, not the Glory Hound, is it the Dawn Hound, have any like secret nemesis that might show up for the 3rd arc? We already know that Milo already has this little nemesis, which is the girl. And if I recall correctly, her last name or something like that reminds me of one of the bloodsuckers, one of the people there, but I forgot what it was. Hold on real quick. Extras. Hopefully she shows up, because I had to restart this whole thing and I don't know if it's gonna load up everyone. Elaine? Yeah. Because she's does it say what her species is? Because if she's a finch, she might be related to the bloodsucker too. Because she kind of looks like the bird, you know? Brand. Isn't that the dad? Huh. Ahab. I wonder if they need to like fill this out a little bit more. Because like they have like what looks like complete profiles, but like the rest of them, not really. But like I said, when I saved the last time in order to do the previous video, and when I loaded up the game again to start recording for this wasn't there. Like nothing was there. There was no sound. The little video that plays before this wasn't playing. Nothing was there. So I don't know what happened. I just had to delete the game and delete the save from the app data folder in Windows. And it worked again, but like hopefully it doesn't happen again. But yeah. Anywho, so what are your thoughts? Write it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you'd like to play Glory Hounds or any of the other Echo Project games, you can do so by going down to the link in the description, which will have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download and play the game yourself. If you would like to, join the Patreon and help support all the other Echo Project visual novels like Camilla in Terria and this one, then, join the Patreon and get earlier access to the builds of those visual novels, and hopefully Camilla updates anytime soon. I know that they're working on the lion, so we should see the lions in the next build, meaning that it's the other for lack of a better word, the other psychic person that was communicating with Nefero's sister. So hopefully we'll be able to see that build sooner rather than later. But yeah, so there's that to look forward to for Echo Project. They do have the works in progress stuff. I do know what the lions will look like, at least. But what else? But yeah, this was a nice build. I do like Glory Hounds. I do like their little superhero shtick and like the whole episodic type of thing, but they're still having like the overarching arcs over it. I wonder if they'll ever make merch. Anyways, so yeah, if you'd like to support the channel, before I forget, consider becoming a channel member. You get to watch these videos as they're being scheduled. So this is being recorded on the 11th, which is, I believe, the day after this became public. And hopefully, barring nothing else happening, because I have We had earthquake swarms here since the day before Mother's Day, so since Saturday, and it was really bad. There's like videos of where I lived, and if I'm smart enough or I remember, then I'll post one right now. But yeah, so I couldn't record that day, and then there was Mother's Day, so I couldn't record on Mother's Day, and now it's Monday, and I'm like having to record it in pieces because something happened and it glitched out. But yeah, so hopefully it'll come out maybe by Wednesday, maybe Thursday, because Wednesday they have a doctor's appointment. So yeah, it'll come out, don't worry. But yeah, like if you become a channel member, you get to watch this when it comes out, which is earlier than the public, you know. And if you can't support through that, if you can't do channel memberships, then you can just give the videos a like and subscribe to the channel. And I do have a Ko-fi. There is that form of, you know, donation. Also, there is Throne. I do have a not Lego set on there of the Normandy SR2, and if somebody buys it for me, I will do like a live stream of me building it. I even have like a little Lego overlay that I have ready just in case. But yeah, anyway, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.